Stampers, this is Lisa with Queen Bee Creations here with today's Facebook Live. This is the card we're going to be doing today. It uses the cute Halloween DSP and it's a little bit of a fun fold and it kind of flops in different directions. So this will be today's card. Welcome! Here's our card for today. It's this adorable cute little Halloween card. You're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 4.25. Now that's our card base. It's just one side of a card front or a card base. Then I've got my normal inside layer, which would be the 4" by 5.25. Then I've got some strips here. And these strips are all 5 inches long. These two are 2 1/8. This is 1 inch and they're all scored at 4. I'm just going to titch over 4 because you have to allow for the little bend there. This circle is out of our Layering Circles dies. This plain circle is 1 7/8. This is 2 1/4. And then I fussy cut this guy out of our DSP. And this DSP is 4.5 by 3 3/4. And I have you start out with this because I don't know if you can tell here, but it continues the pattern. And so I wanted things to line up. And in order for them to line up, they have to be continuous. I'm going to bring in the trimmer and we're going to cut this to 1 7/8. So that's halfway between 1 3/4 and 2. That'll be the top piece. The middle one's going to be 3/4. And then that leaves us with 1 7/8 for the bottom. So you can see here how it kind of, the pattern continues. And then they're going to get loaded onto our strips, but I'm going to have them, these two, the bigger ones, are going to come in on the left side and this one's going to come in on the right. So I want to make sure that I have these guys facing that direction so that I don't put one of them on upside down. So there's our 3 layers. And you'll notice when I rolled it over and broke it off at the tip, I had no problems starting up again. But when I stop and it snaps off back here, I have issues. This guy's just going to decorate our circle here. And this time I'm just laying him flat for simplicity's sake. On this one, I believe I pumped it up on dimensionals. So if you just want that little something extra, that's an idea. Then, like I said, we're going to have these wrap around like this. And I'm going to have them wrap around before I stick it down on my card base. So we want to make sure we're doing this part first. I'm just arranging this one to connect there. See, and I'm just making sure that they're meeting up. This one's going to go this way. So I want to look on the front and make sure that I'm lining up, but then I'm going to glue from the back. Now you can see this one is a little bit long, especially if I'm going to put the thing on. Now you can leave it like that with it sticking out on the end. I kind of didn't like it, so I just took some snips and just took a little bit off. Just as kind of an afterthought, thinking, okay, I like that better. You can do it either way. That's why I gave you the measurements to, it's always better to have it too long than too short. But that guy's going to go right there. So I just need to put my adhesive there. So there's those layers. Now, I decided I wanted to add a little bit of a bow. I copied this actually from Dawn Griffith. And she added this bow on here just by wrapping it around. So I'm going to do that with some of our sheer purple ribbon. Now I suppose you could do this on the bow maker and then you just have to piece it together in the back, or I don't know. There'd be extra things to do to it. So I'm just going to freestyle this one. This is so much harder to do without the bow maker tool. So there we go. Now we just need a couple little pearls. I could just tie the ribbon no bow. That's an idea. But yeah, there would be a faux bow if you just tied a knot and then flagged the ends. So there we go. Wow, 15 minutes. I tried to go slow, but these are just so simple. If you guys have a card you've seen on Pinterest and you're thinking you want to know how to make it and you want me to break it down for you, I can do that. Just send me over a link to the Facebook, or, screenshot the card, or, send me the Pinterest link. Whatever you got, I'm more than willing. I mean, I'm always looking for ideas. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.